Alright. Welcome to another video. In this one, we are going to have a look at another build. It's not going to be a PvP build like we did last. Instead, it's going to be dealing with bosses. We've done boss builds in the past as well, but for this one, we are focusing on minimizing losses and seeing how do we enable ourselves to max out on killing golems and bosses around the world during COR and just the general dragon growth, with so few losses that the only real limit is AP. Because if we can get those numbers, get the troop losses down and minimize that as much as we can, then the pain of killing bosses really goes away. You will be killing a ton of bosses around the world to grow your dragons, and you need to farm a lot of golems. It's really the only efficient way to get valor outside of the fixed rewards from quests and doing winning COR, etc. But besides all those fixed rewards, you can farm, well, technically it is limited to how many golems are on the map, but they respawn, right? So you can farm an endless amount of golems and get quite a lot of valor. The problem is that these things hit quite hard, so you will take some pretty massive losses with most setups. But if you do it right, you can actually minimize losses down to a point where it doesn't really matter, and your only real limitation is the AP you are willing to spend. So before we get into the nitty gritty, just a real quick shout out to Huawei and their usual campaign, because this is not for everybody. You are going to need a Kublai Khan in order to really get that damage up there on bosses. You are likely also going to be needing some unique artifacts, stuff like that. And if you are so inclined, do remember to spend efficiently. You do that by taking advantage of the Spend and Earn campaign for Infinity Kingdom by Huawei. You do that in the Huawei AppGallery with the Flower campaign. Spend a buck, get a flower. Pretty simple. You redeem these flowers for coupons, which will earn you up to 20% back on purchase made. That's a discount, of course, on purchases that you are actually making using the AppGallery app. What you do is download it, set up country, set it up right so you pay in the right currency. Then go ahead and just enjoy the advantages of Huawei. In addition to that, do take note of their Discord server. It's a quite nice place to be. They will, highlight new campaigns and stuff like that. And there's been published a lot of nice stuff by content creators in there as well. But most of all, they have the giveaway channel where anybody can participate for free and earn rewards. It's really great, so just join in there. You'll also find guides to how to install the Huawei AppGallery, Huawei employees who are there to assist you if you have problems setting something up, etc. It's all in their Discord. Links are, of course, down below. Let's get back to killing bosses. So, can we kill these bosses with no losses? No, but we can kill them with very few losses. And the way we do that is not exactly like most people think it is. I see a lot of people trying to build defensive setups when killing bosses, saying, "Oh, I'm taking a lot of losses. I better get more mitigation, more defense, or even healing in there." And that's not the way to go. It makes sense to try and build something more defensive if you want to keep things safe, keep your troops safe, but it just doesn't really work killing bosses because they will get their spells off and that will kill troops. So instead, what you want to do is you want to pump out as much damage as you possibly can, and you want to control the boss at the same time, because bosses are very weak to control mechanics. If you are able to consistently stun the boss with high attack speed, like we have on our Alexander here, you can also root it. You can do that multiple ways with intimidation, as we have here, deterrent attack, and with root, which we also have here. And doing that will just keep the boss from actually making attacks and actually casting spells. It will be rooted and stunned constantly, and that is how you bring it down. So you need enough control and enough damage to kill it within the window of control. So for the build, what I'm running anyway, I'm using Alexander, Kublai Khan, Quinn, and Zenobia. I've got them equipped with unique artifacts, all of them, increasing attack speed and damage output quite significantly. You can run it on a budget version without him, but it won't be just as efficiently, but still quite efficient. You can also exchange either Xeno or Quinn for a Yoshi. While he doesn't provide the same buffs that these do, his damage and his single target damage is extremely high, and that makes up for the loss of one of these buffs or some of these buffs. But that is for people with different stuff than me, because I don't have a Yoshi, so I'm not doing that. Anyway, I don't have a Yoshi with unique artifact. Anyway, the core mechanics of this, as I said, it's control mechanisms. That's really the key here to keeping troop counts so low. So what you are doing, or what we are doing here, is that our team should be equipped with enough control passives and technology to prevent the boss from actually attacking, and at the same time we want to have a high damage output. We do that by taking advantage of the cavalry technology. So Alexander's cavalry technology that stuns the boss. We do that by Quinn's roots. We do that by Kublai Khan intimidation, which is also a root. First up, going over them one by one, the lance thrust. That is the cavalry troop technology, which enables cavalry to have a chance of stunning the enemy for 3 seconds. On an Alexander in a hyper attack speed build, this will proc very, very, very often. That means the boss will be stunned a lot during the fight, and that is a huge advantage for you. As a matter of fact, both Alex and Kublai Khan are in fact cavalry, so we are getting double on that in this hyper attack speed build. The second one is Emperor Quinn. We got him equipped with roots. You can do that on Xeno as well, but I just did it on Quinn. Doesn't really matter. What you want to do is not have damage from it, but you want the root effect, because rooting one enemy for 4 seconds means that it is unable to attack. That is very nice. Same thing with Kublai Khan, and I got intimidation on him. If you want to do more damage on Kublai Khan, you can do that, but I tend to prefer intimidation just because if your root doesn't proc, chances are intimidation procs instead. What I do anyway. So this is what it looks like. This is the full setup. We got Xeno, Quinn, Emperor Quinn, Kublai Khan, and Alexander in there. And as you're gonna see in a second here, we see there we go, stunned, and dragon comes in, disrupts everything. We see stun, root, stun, stun, root. It keeps going. The boss dropped to 65 and it hasn't attacked yet. 50% got one hit off. Rooted, stunned, stunned, rooted. It's not auto attacking, and it's not able to cast a single ability. Stunned again. Stunned, stunned, stunned. Our cavalry keeps proccing, and our talk skills keep rooting. So that's what you're going to see right here in the stats page as well. If we just take a look here, we see seriously wounded and dead troops. We've got 47 and 32, very, very, very low. That's because we got deterrent attack procs. We got a lot of damage from our Alexander. We got root procs from our Emperor Quinn. And all in all, that just means the boss was not able to deal damage to us. Alright, that's great. So precisely what kind of setup are we running for this, or what am I running for this? I'm running Zenobia with weakness for the added crit damage. More damage is great, and crits is a really important mechanic for this. Critical hits do deal quite a lot more damage. I think it's around 2 to 3 times more damage. Blessing of War That's just, again, more damage. Wine and Dine, more damage. Emperor Quinn, simple. Berserk, we need the attack speed. Root, we want the control. And Blessing of Speed, we want the attack speed. This is maxing out on the possible attack speed to be had, because we are also running Quinn, who by himself increases attack speed, and that's just as much as we can possibly get, right? On Alexander, we got attack speed on the unique artifact, we got wind rage to proc additional normal attacks, we got combo to proc off of all of our many normal attacks, and anger just to boost that damage. On Kublai Khan, we got a hyper energy regen build. We do that because we want him to cast his ability as much as possible. It deals insane amount of damage at a boss target because all 5 wolves hits the same target. Moreover, it also applies the physical damage debuff to the target, which is really nice and increases our damage quite significantly. So we are running Adrenaline Rush energy bursts for max energy regen. We're also doing Intimidation, just because we want that root control as a backup. That's it. That's how it works. It works really well on world bosses, and particularly well on these because they are weaker. But as you can see here in this little video, it does work quite well on golems as well. Chaos beasts, chaos golems during the contention and relic event. As you can see here, it keeps getting stunned, keeps getting stunned. It got a single spell off, which is obviously not so nice, because that means we're taking maybe a couple hundred losses, but sometimes we're gonna deny even that single spell from going off. Very low losses, and it's the same kind of thing. It's the control and it's the extraordinary high damage that just means that we can get troop losses down to these very low numbers, where we are able to farm valor marks during contention or relics like there is absolutely no tomorrow. So that's it. That's the build. That's the guide. That's how to farm efficiently without losing troops as you kill bosses. I am Myrak. I'm from server 105. You can find me there. You can find me on the IKWiki website. You can find me on Discord. You can find me here on YouTube. Head on into 105 if you want to chat. See you, and thank you for watching. As always, please do subscribe to the channel. I consistently release new content here on the IK channel and on the official IKWiki website. Links are in the description. On these channels you can find guides from everything in IK, from events to talents, passives, finished builds and game mechanics. With that, I'm gonna leave you, and as always, thank you for watching, and see you for the next one.